Welcome back. Today I'm going to cover the physical and mental routines that you need to have, that you need to be using before every serve. In part 4 of this series, I had a video titled No Unnecessary Motion. And in that video, I went through most of my thoughts on what the physical side routine should be. So I'm not going to go into the details of a lot of those. I'll just cover it really briefly. So first and foremost, simple is better. So we don't need any unnecessary motion. If you're one of the people, when they serve, that start here with the ball on the paddle and you bring this back, I personally feel that's unnecessary. We don't really need it. The downside is, as I bring this paddle back, we end up starting in different locations, meaning that our consistency is less going across that net. Me personally, I think my serve doesn't start until I get into this position, and how I get into this position doesn't matter. But I feel like if I think that this is where I start, then this location of my paddle is more consistent than if I have to have a routine to get there, some swinging motion to get there. So simple is better. If you're one of those people that go, I want to do this, I want to keep doing that, that's fine. I don't really care. Keep doing that. I personally think it's less consistent, but that's a personal choice. If you feel better doing this, like tennis players do, keep doing that. For the rest of you, if you want to start here and just think, I want this to be really consistent, that starting location, then do that. Other than that, I have a very simplified physical routine, I would say, and you need to have something that you consistently do every time before you serve. For me, I tend to have sweaty palms, and so I will blow in the palm of my hand to try and help dry it off. And then I will rub it across my shorts a little bit to help dry it off a little bit more. And that's really the extent of my physical routine. Now, some people may bounce the ball like they do in tennis or do something else. I do mine because I need to have my palms be dry so I can grip my paddle well when I'm serving. And that's the only reason that I blow into the palm and I wipe it on my shorts. And I try and do that every time just for consistency's sake. So if you have a physical routine, something like that or something a little bit different, have it have a purpose. And so mine has a purpose. I'm trying to keep my hand and my palm dry. And if what you're doing doesn't have a real purpose, if it doesn't help in your service motion, then consider not doing it. Let's think about the mental routine that we have before we serve. And everybody needs a mental routine. You need to have a standard set of things that you do mentally before you serve. What you don't want to do is just walk up here, grab the ball, look over there real quick, and serve without putting a lot of mental thought into this. And your routine can vary. Your routine doesn't have to be like mine. I'll go over what my mental routine is, and then you can do what you want. If you don't have a mental routine, you need one. And if you don't have one, start off small. Pick one or two things that you're going to think about every time before you serve, and then add to or subtract or modify that over time. But definitely have one. So here's kind of my mental process as I'm getting ready to serve. I get the ball, I'm over in the corner. On either side, I'm back off the line. I'm verifying that how far back I am and how far out toward the corner I am. Look across the net, and I try to take an inventory of what do I know about the person receiving my serve. If I've served to them before, how well have they handled that? Is their forehand or backhand better? Where are they? Are they out of position? And then I'm kind of done with that side of the court. Now my focus is here on this side, getting into my position, thinking about maybe my previous serves. Have I served the last couple out, either into the net or long, or were my last pretty good? And if they were good, I don't want to lose concentration. I don't want to let up. Sometimes I can get a little bit lazy going, well, I'm serving really well, so I don't have to think about it much. I don't have to concentrate much. And then the serving tends to go downhill a little bit. So I want to keep me from getting mentally lazy. Where did my serves go? I want to think about a quick inventory. Am I aligned well for where I want to go? Think about keeping my head down. Think about the straight path to the ball and how I want this ball to go in a certain direction, and I want my paddle to chase that. Think about exhaling. Think about how hard I want to exhale, how hard I want to hit this ball, and how assertive or conservative I want to be. So I've got a list that I'm running through, and that can vary depending on how the game's going. If I'm not serving well, then my thought is I need to get back to the basics and try to be less assertive. But I'm going through these thoughts in my head. Or if my partner's having a bad serving day, it's like I need to support them and I need to make sure that my serves are in if they're not doing so well on their serves. Or if I'm having a really good serving day, I'm going, my partner's having a bad day, so I'm going to pick up the slack with my serve and continue to be more assertive with it. So have a list of things that you go through, but definitely minimally take a quick inventory of where you are on the court in the corner. Take a quick inventory of your alignment. Think through the serve before you hit it. So paddles back here, I'm thinking straight line to the ball and having that ball go straight away. And then I'm thinking about controlling the height. I have a video coming up quickly about how to control the height of the serve of the ball as it goes across that net. So were my previous serves too low or too high over that net? And do I need to make any corrections for that? Definitely have a mental routine, a mental process you go through before every serve, and that will help your consistency go up. Go practice. And when you're drilling your serve, try and drill the physical and mental routines as well. I have posted, I think, 3 videos of me serving in this series already. And if you watch those, then I'm rattling off these serves pretty quick, maybe 2.5 or 3 seconds between each serve. So not a lot of time in there to go through the physical and mental routines, although I'm probably doing more on the physical side. And I'm primarily trying to diagnose what happened on the previous serve. Was it too high, too low, too left, too right, and fix those. But as you're drilling, as you're practicing, don't start off where you're just hitting these balls really quickly behind each other. Take enough time to think through what we're doing, think through the alignment, think what changes we need to make, and then serve the ball, and then do that again. So try and practice your physical routines and your mental routines along with all of the other serving drills that you're doing.